guys, welcome back to another episode of Lights Out with Ish and Eve. I'm Ish and this is Eve, and we are back for, is this our second debate while we wait episode or our third?
I think it's a third.
I can't remember. Yeah, I think it might be. But we're about 5 weeks out from the start of the season by the time we release this. And while car launches are happening, testing's about to get underway. But while we wait, I guess, for Melbourne to come around, we thought we'd discuss some of the hot topics and burning questions that are kind of filling up the narrative as we come into this 2026 season.
First of all, I can't wait for the season to get underway. It can't come soon enough. I'm so excited for testing. I know testing's always like, take it with a grain of salt, but just like new regs, just to see them all out, like on track and see the lap times. I'm so curious. I'm so curious.
I know. Because I don't know how you found going about like preparing for this episode, but I was like, it's just difficult doing anything. It's why we're waiting until after testing to do predictions, because you just have no idea.
I know, that's what I was thinking this morning as I was getting ready for this. I was like, thank God we agreed to wait till after testing, because I have no idea like what I would predict. Like, especially just because obviously what we've done, as some of you may have seen, we put on our Instagram story a couple of questions and had people vote for their opinions on some of the topics that we're going to be discussing. And
thank you
obviously,
for those who voted.
Yeah, thank you. And we put a little box of who people think is going to be world champion, and it was so mixed. So mixed. And that's basically all of the names that I'm like, what do I do when I pick like my top 5 in order in the championship for predictions? Like,
oh, true. I forgot we do that.
Yeah. Like,
oh no.
Last year I was really close. Like, I got it so close. Yeah. And this, I just realized Oscar Piastri's fallen off my wall. Sorry.
Bad omen.
No, it's not good. It's not good. Oscar Piastri Hot Wheels that sits right here. It's stuck to my... It's just too heavy for them. Anyway, it always falls off. Oscar, no!
Fair.
But yeah, I'm like, what do we do to predict this season? Because it's just impossible. And I don't know. I don't really know if testing's going to help. I feel like testing might just give us the biggest bum steer, and then we're going to... Do you know what I mean?
That being said, last year in testing, Carlos Sainz topped the session, and I think the Alpines were shit. So, Carlos got a couple podiums, and the Alpines were indeed shit.
So, yeah, I mean...
Who's to say?
Who's to say? Not me, that is for sure. But that's the problem, because I have to say.
Yes. I know. We put ourselves in this position. But let's get into it.
Yes.
We'll get the show on the road. So... First question was, will Lewis Hamilton have another nightmare season? Now, in the public's opinion, about 70% of you said that yes, he would. What's your take?
I also agreed with the population, I think. I don't know, I was just kind of clicking shit to get the vote started, so I don't really know what I was saying. But, like, I think... nightmare season, I'm not sure, but I don't expect him to have a good season. Like, I just... Confidence is down. New race engineer, which is interesting.
New race engineer.
But I'm like, also, like, it took you 6 months to get used to the old one. Not to say that maybe he was the problem, I don't know. But he was never a problem for Carlos Sainz.
Yes.
Apart from the rear checking. But that's more of a Ferrari overarching problem.
That's a cultural problem.
Rather than a Ricciardo Adami problem. But I'm not sure what that means for Lewis. Like, is he going to take another 6 months to get used to that one? Or is it going to click better? Or I don't know. And I just, with all of the chatter about Ferrari's tractor, I know it would be so funny if Ferrari just rock up and it just like, whoa.
It's an absolute rocket ship.
Funny. That would be hilarious.
Best believe. Don't say that because you'll give me
sorry. But that would be hilarious, I think, after all of like the propaganda about Mercedes engine, but I
know.
Just with all of the talks of Ferrari not being good and like his qualifying pace in the back end of last year, another nightmare season, I hope not, but I don't think it's going to be good, and I don't think he's going to go near to Charles.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think, one, there's just no talk about Ferrari being any good at all. I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, if he's still struggling in that team and with the dynamic of the team and with the car, I honestly feel like it could potentially be Lewis's last year in F1 this year.
Yeah.
Like,
we've been
very
saying
genuinely.
That. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of sad. I feel like he should have just left. He should have retired from Mercedes on a high.
I know.
Not to say he should have retired last year, but like
totally.
I think.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, 2020 vision, like, you're always, hindsight's a bitch, but, like, the dream was there with Ferrari, and I don't think it's going to pan out, and I think, unfortunately, the Ferrari being where world champions go to die is,
existing.
Continues on, I fear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I agree with the people on that one.
Yeah,
I fear he will have another bad season, and I fear it may be his last.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it. But that was that one.
Yeah.
Next question was, will Adrian Newey actually cook at Aston Martin?
Mm-hmm.
And the people were very confident in Adrian Newey.
Yeah.
The people, about 75% said yes to this question, that he would.
Yeah.
And I mean, they have everything going for them. Like, they've got Adrian Newey, they've got their new wind tunnel, courtesy of the Bond villain that is Lawrence Stroll.
Yeah.
They've got Honda, who have delivered excellent engines for Red Bull these past years.
And also, Honda delivered the engine for Max's championship run, or most of it. And I think all of it, actually, Max's championship run in a car built by Adrian Newey. So Adrian Newey is no stranger to working with Honda engines. I agree with the people. I think Adrian Newey will cook at Aston Martin. Yes. What their drivers do with that car is another question. I think I think Fernando Alonso, I mean, who knows? Like, this is kind of what I mentioned towards the back end of last year. Like, I would love to see Fernando Alonso as a teammate with someone who's in their peak form right now. I would love to see Fernando Alonso against, I don't know, like, you know, one of the drivers that's just absolutely killing it at the moment. Oh,
totally. A Charles Leclerc, an Oscar Piastri, like...
Yeah, even like an Alex Albon, Pierre Gasly. Yeah, someone like that. Just to see, because he looks like he's outperforming the car every week because his teammates at the back of the grid, but I'm like, I'm so curious. Like...
Yeah, are you actually just kind of like average... but Lance sucks, so you look good.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. And I think...
Agreed.
We still won't get that knowledge. We'll just be like, oh, it's the car. Either way, good or bad. But I think if Adrian Newey cooks, I'd have confidence in Fernando Alonso. Maybe not for world champion, but who knows? Who knows? That's what I said. Like, I feel like I don't really know with Fernando Alonso because of that fact.
Yeah, it's hard. And I think that this, like, thermal compression loophole will come into it, particularly in this first year, and we'll talk a bit about that later in the episode. But, I mean, Aston aren't one of the teams that have found this loophole, so we'll see if that counts for anything as we go as well. But
it might be like all this chatter about this loophole, and it doesn't really amount to much as well. Like, they're saying, oh, it's 0.3 a lap, and, like, that might not be true.
Yeah, I know.
Because yes, they found a loophole, but it doesn't mean that Honda haven't cooked up some absolute weapon of an engine. Like, do you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
So
totally. And then combine it with like an Adrian Newey aero package, and like you're good to go.
So I'm very curious. I just don't want it to be the fact that Aston with an Adrian Newey car are so far ahead that Lance Stroll is like getting good statistics. I'm like...
Yeah, he's getting on the podium all of a sudden.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what
like,
you mean.
I understand, like, it's kind of, like, hypocritical to say, because I was up about people calling Lando a car merchant world champion, and now I'm saying that Lance would... I was like, no, it's just part of it. Obviously it's part of it. But when you're at the back of the grid and you've spent 10 years wiping people out with zero improvement...
Yes. Yes.
Different story.
You're entitled to your
opinion.
Yes.
But like I understand the hypocrisy in that statement, because I've said car merchant is a stupid term because having a good car is part of F1. So
yes.
Anyways, I digress.
Anyways, well, I guess now that we've sort of started the discussion, we'll jump to the question about this loophole.
Yes.
So we asked whether the FIA should step in regarding that loophole before the season starts. And I actually thought more people would say yes, but really? 70% of people said no, which I do agree with. So for like maybe listeners or watchers, if you're watching, who maybe don't fully understand it, neither do we, because we're not engineers.
Yeah, I was like, are you about to go into some crazy spiel about what specifically?
Let me just cook right now. Yeah.
Okay.
But in like super simple terms, it's a loophole that Red Bull with their Ford engine and anyone with a Mercedes engine, so Mercedes, McLaren, Williams and Alpine this year, have exploited. And basically it's a rule where the compression ratio, which like doesn't really matter what it is, and if I try to explain it, I'm going to get it wrong. You don't even know what it is, but basically the higher the compression ratio, the better the performance of the car. It's faster, it's more fuel efficient, blah, blah, blah. And there's a limit that's been set on like how high this ratio can get. The thing is, it's measured when the car is like standing still. So basically the Mercedes engines and Red Bull's engine have like their engineers have worked out a way to like have it change so that the ratio increases while the car's moving and then decreases again at rest. So basically the car's going to perform better and still meet the requirements. And like you said, the estimated advantage of that, apparently, quote unquote,
not having
like
seen any cars on track.
Yes. So where is this information coming from? But apparently 3 to 4 tenths per lap. Which is, if that's true, that's huge.
Yeah.
Especially for quali.
Yeah, ridiculous for quali. And also, like, being a qualifying championship, who knows, the new regs might help with some overtaking. But if it's anything like last year, it's going to be a quali championship once again. And I think that the hope isn't like that. And I just remembered that I have the inside scoop on this. And then actually I was like saying like, who knows, Ferrari might actually be good. I forgot. I have the inside scoop. And the Mercedes engine confirmed is better. And the Ferraris are actually genuinely really struggling. I'm not citing my sources.
No.
But trust. It comes from a good source. I sound like a dickhead, but I'm going to sound more like a dickhead if I'm like, this person told me.
Yeah, anyways. No, I get you.
So that is actually true. No Ferrari hope.
No.
Those expectations.
Will I still predict Charles Leclerc world champion?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Honestly, back your boy. I won an Oscar Piastri championship, but will I predict it? I'd probably not.
I know.
But
you have to be aware of the jinxes and everything too.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Anyways.
But I'm happy to get it wrong. Like, that's what I mean. I'm happy to get it wrong if it means that Oscar is world champion.
Yeah, agreed.
Anyways.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this thermal loophole?
So...
Also, great job explaining it, by the way.
Thank you. I was like, I need to like write this down and put it because I'm not going to remember. Anyways, I'm glad that we at least got it out there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, all the other teams have complained to the FIA that it's not fair, it's not in the spirit of the rule, blah, 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 blah. I think you're just having a bit of a whinge that you didn't think of it. Like, the rules are there. This isn't the first time someone's tried to find a loophole from any of the teams. This isn't the first time there's been a controversy. There's been controversies, I think, back in 2009 with, like, the double diffuser, where some teams had it, some didn't, and the FIA didn't step in. I think for the first year, it's a bit of a free-for-all. Like,
yeah, and the Mercedes thingy, what was it? Where the steering wheel came in and out?
Oh, yeah. The, like, dynamic... whatever it was called.
Yeah. And the McLaren flexi rear wing year before. And I think that these things, I said no to them stepping in before the season starts because it's too close to the start of the season to make these teams rework their engine. Like, who knows what repercussions that could have on the rest of the engine. And realistically, when they did it, it's not illegal. It is a loophole. Do I think they should close the loophole? Yes. But not before the season starts. I think that would be putting them at a severe disadvantage if they did it before the season starts.
Yeah, but even if it was like 6 months ago, I think my answer wouldn't have changed. Like, I still think I would have been like, this is the rules that you set for the first year, so we were smart enough to think of it, you didn't.
Yeah, 100%. That's like when McLaren were called out for their flexi rear wing and everyone was like, it's illegal. It wasn't illegal when they did it. They just made it illegal afterwards, hence why they weren't disqualified, but they were just asked to change it. I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like that. Which I guess is
like, I'm sure this rule isn't going to exist coming into 2027.
No.
But I think for 2026, you have to let it stand. And I say this as someone who wants to see Charles Leclerc win the championship with Ferrari.
I mean, I would love to see that too, to be fair, just for him. To be, like, validated for sticking with Ferrari.
To be like all the pain was worth it.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. But I fear it won't be high in my predictions, so.
Yeah.
He was the one that threw off my whole predictions last year, so not again.
Yeah.
Not again, Charles. Anyways.
Not again. Anyways. Well, I think that's that, unless you had anything else to say on the matter.
Not particularly, no.
No. Cool. All right, well, our next question was, will silly season begin before the summer break? Now, 82% of respondents said yes, and I can very much see why, because, well, okay, trying to work out which drivers are out of contract
all of them,
like,
almost.
Yeah, but also, it's like, well, they're on multi-year deals, which maybe end this year, maybe end 2027, but there's, like, potential to extend and da-da-da-da-da. So it's, like, trying to... Yeah, I'm like, I genuinely couldn't tell you. But here's the list that I came up with.
Yeah.
That... Well, we'll just go through them one by one. Yeah. And then if you have different information, you let me know. Yeah. And we can discuss whether we think, like, they might move or not. So Lewis is the first one. I mean, he depends obviously on how the season goes, but I think he'll probably leave F1. Yeah. But I don't think it'll happen till the end of the season. Like, I don't think that announcement's happening until after the summer break.
I agree.
Yeah. The next one is Hadjar, I'm pretty sure, is out of contract at the end of the year.
Ooh, second Red Bull seat, who knows, honestly. I think there's always a, like, relatively high chance that the second Red Bull seat doesn't stick.
Yeah.
But I think, and yeah, that could be, you know, they like to make their decisions fast. But with this one and who they've got in the RBs, I don't think that would be made before the summer break, and I don't think it would be a seat swap. Like, I don't think they're going to swap that seat. I think if they were to not offer him a contract extension, he would find a different team on the grid fairly easily.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't think it would happen before the summer break, seeing as he's only just got there. And it's new regs.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't.
This doesn't necessarily mean that they're gonna switch before the summer break. It just more means that, like, an announcement will be made. Before the summer break.
Yeah, I feel like still no, but maybe.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if he was involved in some silly season antics. I hope not. I hope he's all good in the second Red Bull, but the second Red Bull is notorious for antics. So
it just feels eerily like our conversation from, like, this time last year when we were like, there's no way there's going to be a Red Bull seat swap.
Yeah, but, like, they're not going to put Lindblad in after 6 months.
No.
And they've already tried Liam in there. And it didn't work.
Like, they don't have anyone else to put in.
Yeah, that's what my kind of thinking was. Whereas, like, last time it was kind of silly that they didn't have Yuki in there from the start.
Yeah, agreed.
Anyways,
next one is, I believe both George and Kimi don't have contracts after 2026. I mean, look, George, he's obviously one of the front runners to make a championship bid this year.
Yeah.
I feel like he's only gone if Max comes knocking.
100%. I fully agree. And even then, I think Kimi's under a lot of pressure this year to perform.
Yeah.
Because George is ready. As you said, he's one of the front runners, like, tipped to make a bid at the championship this year. He's ready to go. If Kimi doesn't perform and Max comes knocking and George is in that championship bid, Kimi could be out. Like, I think if Mercedes have a genuine shot at a championship with George, the car is good, Max does come knocking, then they're not going to get rid of George. Like, George is so consistent and he is performing and he is ready to make a bid at a championship. So, if Kimi's not up to scratch, he could be the one out, and then we'd have George and Max teammates. Yeah. Which would just be, that would be so big. That would be so good. I don't know if, but then it's the thing of, like, would they do that? Would George, like, stick around? Would he go somewhere else? But if they've got the car, he should stick around, you know, like.
Oh, totally.
Bummer. Are you going to beat Max in equal machinery? Probably not.
Well, I think they would all back them, like, maybe.
I don't think he would shy away from it.
Stack themselves up to Max Verstappen.
I don't think he'd back away from it at all.
They'd all want that opportunity. Yeah.
And if that's the best car, you're in the best shot anyway, even if that is your teammate. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Totally. Nah, for sure.
Yeah. I think Mercedes will be a very, very heavy topic of discussion in silly season.
Yes, for sure. Colapinto is also without contract by the end of the year. If he's trundling around the back like he was last year, he's out of there. Alpine have 7,000 drivers in their academy potentials. Yeah. So they're, he's gone if he's not performing.
And potentially mid-season too. They're not against that.
Very true. Flavio Briatore will be kicking you out of there, big dog.
Yeah.
Both the Haas drivers, I believe, are also out of contract at the end of 2026.
I could easily see movement there.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just feel like Ocon is such a mainstay, like,
of F1.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I don't know where he would go because I don't think any other team would really take him if Haas were to not extend his contract.
Yeah, and he's just been showed up by Ollie Behrman. Like, it doesn't look good for him. Like,
no, I know. Whereas, like, Ollie, obviously I'm predicting, like, Lewis is out of there after this season. Yeah. So, like, that's the kind of obvious move. But again, I don't think that's happening until the end of the season either.
Yeah. So, and that's if Ferrari want to go for a rookie. If someone like an Oscar Piastri goes, I want out.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Totally.
And Ollie might be like, what the heck? But like,
guess I'm in my house still. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Haas, obviously he'll be itching to get into a front running car, as everyone is.
Yes.
But I don't think another year at Haas would do him badly. I think he's fine. But Ocon's a very interesting one because if he once again, they've got a Ferrari engine, so yeah.
Yeah. I know they may not have the same pace and performance as some of their rivals, but it will be very interesting to see.
I don't know, but I could definitely see them being involved in silly season antics as well.
Yes, agree.
The thing is, like we said before the summer break, I think I'm like, I think there'll definitely be heaps of rumours, announcements, who knows. It just seems very early for new regs, like, to settle in.
Yes.
Anyway, but I mean, F1 is a circus, so I don't doubt it,
totally.
honestly.
I think
something
it's just because the sheer number of drivers that are out of contract by the end of the year, it's like, okay, surely something happens before, like, the middle of the year, you know what I mean? Because, I mean, we're not even at the end of this list yet. Both VCARB drivers, I think, still just have the 1 year left. And I think they both stay based on, you know, them delivering. Like, I don't see them getting rid of Lindblad after one season unless he absolutely sucks.
Yeah.
And Liam Lawson's been doing well in that, you know.
Yeah, they're still just building them both up, and I feel like performance dependent, but I feel like if they're both fine, they'll be good to stay because they're just developing them there.
Yeah, and Carlos is the final one, I think. Who... That one's kind of interesting because if the Ferrari seat opens up, does he go back? Would he want to go back?
I don't think he goes back. Genuinely, I don't think he goes back.
I don't think he goes back either. I think he's sold out to the Williams project, and the fact that he got those 2 podiums last year, I think, signed, sealed, delivered, secured that.
Genuinely, Williams, I feel like it's such a dark horse this year. Like, they've been talking about 2026, and they've been like, don't look at us until 2026. Like, they've been very confident that this is when they're going to hit their stripes. And the fact that they did last year when they put 0 effort into the car.
Agreed.
I don't know what to do with them in my predictions. Genuinely, I'm like, where are they going to land? Because I don't want to discount them, but then I don't want, you know?
Yeah, totally. You don't want to underestimate them either.
Yeah. So I feel like they're like very interesting.
Total dark horse. Yeah.
And like I feel like that will obviously it all just depends with silly season how each team does. But then there's people also like Max who aren't out of contract, but there's been chatter about. There's people like Fernando Alonso, like when does he retire, if ever?
Charles Leclerc, when does his Ferrari depression get too high?
Oscar Piastri.
He calls it quits.
Yeah, Oscar Piastri, if he's not feeling the love enough at McLaren for how good he is, like...
Yeah. There is unrest.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. I know. But, you know what? You're right, though, because, like, we say, yes, there's a lot of drivers out of contract, blah, 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 but summer break is so early for, like, for a new regulation season to be making any decisions. So,
like, for a normal season, maybe not. But, like, it's... You never know when a team's going to kind of click with new regs. Like, a team might take 8 months to click with the new regs and be at the, like, a midfield team, and then all of a sudden they're, like, there at the front.
Bang. Yeah.
And, like, it took 8 months, but if you're making decisions 6 months in, you might completely screw yourself over.
Yes.
So I think it'll be, like, there's going to be discussion and antics everywhere. There's going to be Toto and Max Sardinia meetups. There's going to be like which didn't actually happen, but anyway. Sure. But you know what I mean, like there's going to be that everywhere.
Yes, for sure. It will be very fun.
Like, when I was in Nice in July, and there's heaps of like planes that fly across because it's obviously like near Monaco as well, and I was like, it was like when this whole thing was happening with like Toto and Max, and I was like, they're meeting up. I was like, where's the private jet? Where's Max's private jet? I was like, where is he? Anyways.
That's so funny. All right, let's get on to the next one, which is, will Kimi Antonelli impact George Russell's championship campaign? As we've obviously said, George is a bit of a front runner, a rumoured front runner for this year's World Championship. I think we could potentially see a bit of, like, the McLaren taking points off of one another situation again.
You reckon?
I just think if the car is good, George is out driving Kimi every day of the week.
I know.
He's too experienced a driver to let Kimi Antonelli in his second year. I agree, because
the vote on this was very interesting. Like, this is 56-44 split in favour of yes, he will impact it. which is like interesting because
yeah.
I'm more in the no camp because of what you said. Like, I think it might be the fact that he does take points off of George, but I don't see, unless something happens to George, I don't see Kimi genuinely outscoring George very often. Like,
no,
I don't see that circumstance unless there's like other external factors that play into it.
Yes.
Which are kind of out of their control. Like, as you said, I don't see, like, George is in such a good spot at the moment with his driving. He hasn't been making silly mistakes that have kind of been a part of George Russell for so long. We just haven't seen that last year.
Yes.
And I think Kimi, on the other hand, he's still, you know, just going into his second year. So, but he does have those silly mistakes, those avoidable collisions, those moments, you know. So I just
totally,
I you know, I hopefully he can get up there, and if the Mercedes is a rocket ship, he might even get a race win. But I don't see him being a genuine impact on George's championship campaign the way that it was with like the McLarens last year. And I don't think anyone's expecting that level of competition. But
no. Because also I don't think the Mercedes are going to be just getting 1-2s for fun like the McLarens did either. I think the McLarens will be in the mix. I think Max will be in the mix. Like, you know.
Williams, maybe. I'm talking about Williams more than Ferrari these days, honestly.
Yeah, for real. So who knows? But yeah, I definitely lean towards the no side. So we disagreed with the people for that one.
But it was a very close 56-44 split.
Yes, for sure. So next one is, out of 10, rank Lando's chances of going back-to-back as Drivers' Champion. Mm-hmm. And the average was about 4 out of 10. Across everyone's results, it like averaged
the most common answer is like just below halfway.
Halfway, yeah, exactly. Which is
probably about where I put it, honestly.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. I think there's like enough other competitors that are going to be in the mix that the chances of him not getting it are just a bit higher than the chances of him getting it again. Like, 100%. Clearly we know he can, but he can.
He did it.
You know,
consistency. And that brings us back to the George Russell point as well. Consistency will win you the championship.
Exactly.
If it needs to.
So,
if it comes down to it.
Yeah. So I think that's probably a fair call. 40% chance, you know.
At a push, I would even maybe put it
a bit lower.
Yeah, but like who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Because McLaren also, like, they, I think, are a team that can turn around a car pretty quickly, clearly. So even if they start off if they start off a bit shaky, I would have faith that they can put that car together.
Yeah, for sure.
But then if it's a case of Lando putting on a Max Verstappen-esque comeback...
he may not be able to do that in the same way Max can.
Yeah, exactly. So I think, as you said, it's more likely that he won't go back-to-back than will go back-to-back. But...
Yeah. Like, if Lando had totally dominated last year and no one even got close, then I probably would have ranked him a little higher. Yeah. But he didn't.
He won by 2 points.
Yeah. So I can't exactly say I'm confident that he's going to be able to do it again.
I don't have confidence at all, and I don't think I'm going to predict anything near it, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my God, just like the top 4, and I just don't know what I'm going to do. Like,
I know. Look, that's a future us problem dealing with our predictions.
Yeah, I know. But I already don't know
stressed.
What to do. Yeah.
Yeah, so look, same.
Yeah.
All right, next one. And I guess we're still staying on the World Championship theme.
Yeah.
So with 4 previous World Drivers' Champions on the grid, will we see a new champion this year? And 64% of respondents said yes.
This surprised me. This did surprise me a bit.
You thought it'd be higher or lower?
Lower to the yes camp. I thought more people would say no.
Mm.
Because of Max Verstappen. I don't think people are expecting Lewis or Fernando. You know, and people obviously from the previous answer mostly aren't expecting Lando to go back to back. I thought Max Verstappen would play a bigger part in these votes towards the camp.
Yeah, I think people are underestimating Max Verstappen coming into this season.
Haven't we learned our lesson with that?
I know, because all the talk has been about the Mercedes engine, but the Ford engine has cracked the same loophole apparently.
And it's Max, guys.
and it's Max. Like, I fear he's going to be at the top of
I also think
my predictions, potentially.
Yeah. I genuinely think I'm going to predict between him and George. But I think a lot of the yes votes, a lot of our viewers and followers are Australian. So
yes.
This could be skewed towards yes from people being like, Oscar, let's go. It's your year. But then, when we asked about world champions, I did see a lot of George Russells in there too. So, and I think... I kind of think if there's a new world champion, it will be George Russell.
Yes.
I want it to be Oscar.
Fair. I think it'll be Oscar.
I hope it's Oscar.
If it's new, I think it'll be Oscar.
Oh, I love that. And it's kind of bad that I'm not, like, backing that train, but...
Fair. I feel like if I can't go for Ferrari and if it has to be a new world champion,
that's
I have to go with Oscar.
Oh, 100%. I would love it to be Oscar. I feel
it will be George.
With George's, as I said, consistency and Oscar's little at the end of last year. And I'm like, oh, you can't be doing that again. But hopefully,
you cannot be doing that again.
He's learned, and he doesn't do that.
Agreed. Hopefully, yes, agree. Next one was, who do we think will perform better, Hadjar in the Red Bull or Arvid Lindblad in the RB? And 63% of the vote leaned toward Hadjar in the Red Bull. Mm-hmm. What did you think of that?
I put my faith in Hadjar in the Red Bull as well. Obviously, we've discussed previously, like, he's got the best circumstances coming into that team that anyone's had in quite a while. And I just really hope it goes well. And, Lindblad, he could be another Hadjar in the sense that he comes into that RB and kind of unexpectedly is incredible. He's got no fight for Rookie of the Year. He's the only one. So, like, there's no battle between that. But I rate him also in F2, but Hadjar as well was fighting for the F2 championship. Lindblad wasn't really, so... Yeah. But that's that's not really anything to base it off. Like, that's very circumstantial.
No. But, yeah, it's hard. I mean, I'd also like to think that Red Bull have learned their lesson and have built a slightly more user-friendly car. Mm-hmm. Seeing how good the V-Carb was last year. Like, hopefully now that they've actually... Adrian Newey's gone and they've had the opportunity to rebuild a car from, quote-unquote, more or less scratch. Yeah. Like, new design concept. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they've learned their lesson and actually made it a little more user-friendly. Yeah,
for sure. And I think that, again, no Christian Horner, no Helmut Marko. The pressure, hopefully, won't be as on Isaac Hadjar. Like, if you don't perform, you're out, blah, 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 blah. And I think that, last year he was so consistent and such a good driver that I feel like, and obviously, like, I don't doubt that Lindblad will have his little rookie errors, as they mostly do. Hadjar didn't really. Like, he had a few, but he didn't. Like, compared to the other rookies. He bounced back quickly from them. And compared to the other rookies, the level was, the amount of them was so much less. So, agreed. I think that, understandably, Lindblad will have those errors. Hadjar didn't really. And then coming into his second year, I kind of feel like... And, everyone's underestimating the Ford engine, so...
He could be real good.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
I agree. Nice. Well, our second last one was asking people to rank in order from most to least likely who will move teams in the near future between Max, Charles, and Oscar.
Like, who's most likely to in order?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What was your thoughts on this? Did you put something?
Yeah. I thought... I don't know if this is actually what I wrote, but in doing my notes for this...
You didn't write anything.
Oh, lol. I was like, this is too hard. I will figure it out later.
Yeah.
I said Charles, most likely, then Oscar, then Max. And maybe that's just my little Ferrari brain being like, Charles,
you're preparing for the worst. Yeah.
It's time to move. Like, I want to see you win a championship. Whether it's with Ferrari or not at this point, I don't care. I just want you to win a championship, please.
Yes, please.
And I think he's still at the stage in his career where, like, most teams would take him, like,
100%.
in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
He's just too good of a driver to just sit and rot at Ferrari.
I know.
And then, like, Oscar, obviously, you know, like, depending on how he gets treated with McLaren, if Lando wins another championship, he might decide to go elsewhere, or he might not if the car is good and just wants to keep fighting there. And then, I don't know, I just with Max, I'm like, are you just going to leave F1 before you go elsewhere? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he could be bothered to, like, deal with another team and, like, settle into another team and do that whole thing all over again. He's been at Red Bull for his entire life, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were yours? What was your order?
I said Oscar most likely. And maybe it's, again, preparing for the worst. But I think because he doesn't have that, like, attachment to McLaren that Max has to Red Bull and Charles has to Ferrari. Like, he cut and run from his Alpine Academy like that. Like, I think... I don't think he has that same loyalty and same attachment to the team that Max and Charles have. And I think that if he's not given what he wants or what he deserves from the team because of Lando, if they're not the fastest team on the grid, he could definitely move elsewhere. I don't think it will be. He obviously is happy there before last season because he signed the contract extension, but I know there's a question about it a bit later, but I don't think the whole papaya rules teammate bullshit will play as much of a part this year as it did last year. So I don't think he'll go, but I think he's more likely to than the other two. But again, it depends on car performance. Then I think I then put Max and then Charles.
Fair.
But I don't know why I did that. Like, hearing your arguments, I'm like, maybe I would have swapped those two around.
I guess it just depends on if you buy into the whole, like, Charles will never leave Ferrari because he's signed his soul there. Or...
Also, like, I just feel like Charles wants to win it at Ferrari so bad, and it would happen to him that he leaves and then Ferrari wins. Like, it just... It would happen to him. So I think he knows that. So I'm just like, I just feel like he will stick it out. But when do you go, nah, I'm going elsewhere? And but
We'll
what
see.
was most common? I was gonna, like, run percentages on this, and then I was like, that's a lot.
That's a lot. It was actually, I just mostly looked at who was ranked as most likely to leave.
Yeah.
And it was pretty evenly split between Charles and Oscar.
Yeah.
So
only
most people...
only one person put Max most likely.
Yeah. So, and I agree with that. Like, I think out of the three of them, like, I don't think Max is the most likely.
I agree.
But... yeah, it was pretty evenly split between Charles and Oscar. So.
Yeah, and from what I can see, like, most people are putting Max as least likely.
Yeah, so, which I get that argument. And then it just depends on, how you feel about Charles' situation with Ferrari and Oscar's situation with McLaren. But, Anyway, I think it's interesting. We'll see.
Yeah, for sure.
Only time will tell.
Yep.
And the last question was, which I guess is sort of spoilies for our F1 predictions.
Yes.
For this year. But we might change our minds between now and then anyways. Mm-hmm. So at this current time, pre-testing, who do you think will be the 2026 Drivers' Champion?
I put on the poll, I put down Max. Whether I stick with that or not, I have no idea. As I said, I kind of feel like it's between Max and George for me at this point.
Yes.
Which is terrifying to have that out in the open on the internet. But I put Max because I underestimated him last year and I'm not doing that again.
Yep. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's very fair. I think I put Oscar in the questionnaire we did. But I'm kind of leaning more towards Max now. Mm-hmm. Because again, the exact same reasoning that you said, like, I just feel like you can never underestimate him, and if he's got the same engine advantages as the foretold front runners, then, like, he's the best driver on the grid every day of the week.
Yeah.
So you can't underestimate him.
I'm just counting, and George Russell has the most votes on our poll. And then it's split between Max and Oscar, second to that.
Yeah.
So I think we've got the right mix. I think people are people don't like Lando and people don't want him to go back to back. So there was only a couple in there for him. And I think that also nods to our Australian audience as well. People
our Australian audience,
out of the two McLarens. But I think those are going to be my picks out of, like, genuine thinking that and hope out of the McLarens. I want Oscar to win. So he's the one that I'm going to put up there.
Fair.
But I don't want to count Lando out.
No,
but, it's kind of stressful to think of putting him coming fourth in the championship because I'm like...
Totally. I know, because I was just thinking that. I know, because I was like, if that's my top three, then that makes Lando fourth, and that's kind of crazy.
Yeah. But then if McLaren, who knows? McLaren might be...
I know.
They might be back there, and then both of them are...
Who's to say?
Yeah.
I know.
Anyways.
But that was it. That was all our topics.
Yeah. We did have...
This was fun. I love these episodes.
Yeah. We did have the other questions as well that we put up. People to ask us a question. I don't have the
I totally forgot to screenshot those.
So did I.
What were they? I remember one of them was Lando won't win a race.
Ooh.
I don't agree with that. I definitely think he will.
I also
24
think
races. I think he will win at least one of them. On the proviso that the McLaren is reasonably up there with the other, front runners.
Yeah.
I will say there will be a race that Lando wins. If the Alpines can get a double podium in Brazil, Lando can get
the reigning champion can win a race.
Yeah.
Someone else said Max will not win a single race this year.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He's winning. He'd be winning races. Someone said, will Bottas get a podium? Which is so random. But we haven't talked about Cadillac at all. I feel like we should have put something in our questions about Audi and Cadillac because we haven't talked about them.
You know what? I intentionally left them out because I was like,
who fucking knows?
Well, yeah, exactly. Because it's they're not even. I mean, Audi obviously is just Sauber, but
it's different.
Cadillac, who knows? No one knows.
No.
And I mean, okay, Audi's livery is all chrome. So I'm clearly you don't care about weight. So you're happy to be trundling down at the back.
Is it going to be chrome when we see it rock up though? I don't know. Maybe not. And it's ugly. There, I said it.
Yeah.
Anyways, and also Revolut.
Interesting.
So
I really liked it.
Oh, really?
Wow.
I think it's ugly.
This is the debate.
This is what the people want to hear. Is the Audi livery ugly? Tell us what you think. I think will Bottas get a podium? I'm going to go no.
Yeah, I'm also going to go
Also Ferrari
no.
engine. So.
Yeah.
Bottas, I have faith
Ferrari
in.
engine. Yeah.
I have faith
but
in Bottas.
But he's had a year off.
Yeah,
he's gonna need a minute to kind of get back into things.
Absolutely. And yeah, new team, like no one that's ever worked together before in an F1 environment. Like I don't see Cadillac getting a podium. But again, who are you? Like, I don't know who you are, so
yeah.
I don't know anything about you. And then the last one that we have here is McLaren Dynamics, now that they've got a world championship, to make papaya rules more complicated. And I think we have touched on this before in our last episode. Do I think it will be more complicated? No. I don't see Lando as someone who's going to come in and be like, I'm the world champion, I should get priority, rah, 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 rah. Especially going into new regs. I just don't see Lando doing that. He could, but I don't see him doing that. I think it's more like a even playing field. You're both on start at 0 and we'll see what happens. And then if they are both in the title fight, maybe, but I don't think the dynamic, I think they will still put forward the driver in the better position. I think they'll still go for prioritizing the one that's in the better position. And I don't think that they'll be in the position to fuck around with points the way that they were last year. Because
what will be interesting is if they've learned not to micromanage in the same way, because that was met with very negative feedback.
I don't think they've learned anything. I think they would still micromanage. I just think their position in the championship, because when they were doing all of that, mostly was when it was between the two of them to win the championship.
Totally.
When Max was still 100 points back, mostly.
Yes.
So,
whereas it might not be that this season.
I don't think that situationally they're going to have enough of a points buffer to mess around like that. Like, I just think...
Yeah.
They're going to be...
If someone has a slow pit stop, they just had a slow pit stop.
Yeah, because there's going to be so many other cars in and around them that it's not just going to, like... It won't be just like, oh, Lando, give up the place for Oscar. That will have repercussions on his championship in like, with Max and George and other people. Like, I think the repercussions are just... It doesn't just directly affect each other.
Yes, for sure.
So...
Agreed.
I don't think it will affect the dynamic too much, and I hope that McLaren just shut
its place.
Yeah.
Yes. Nice.
Anyways, yeah.
Well, I think that's it now.
I think that's it
That was the debate.
That was good. I liked that. That was fun.
Yeah. I guess we'll see how the rest of the car launches go. We'll see if we disagree on any of those. We might have to do another episode.
I mean, so far, I think everything's been pretty standard. Red Bull changed their colour from, like, navy to a bit more blue, and everyone was like,
yeah.
It's like they've launched the same car, but I'm like, they changed it to, like, a more royal blue, I guess, because that's the Ford colour. I'm like, okay, cute.
Yes. I thought it was pretty.
It is pretty.
I'm a fan.
I do. I kind of like the navy better, but...
yeah, fair.
I think it's fun to have a bit of a change. And it looks more like the early 2010s. It looks like the Sebastian Vettel Red Bull era.
Agreed.
But which is kind of fun. But then, you know, Haas just looks like Haas.
Yeah, a bit more white, which is nice.
I saw a thing like Haas's livery gets more white every year, and someone said they're running out of ink, and I thought that was really funny.
I know. Well, 55% of the car has to be painted this year because of all the complaining about the like carbon fiber liveries that were like barely painted.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know when it was, like 2023 or 2024.
Yeah.
So I do approve of that. V-carbs is basically the same. Yeah. And I liked Audis. You didn't.
And I didn't. Yeah. Ferraris is today, I think.
Yeah. But we haven't seen it yet as of recording.
Well, it's 8:30 a.m.
I'm sure there'll be some ugly ass HP logos on there.
Literally. They've released their like race suit and shit though. Looks fine.
Oh yeah.
A bit more white than normal. We need to stop yapping. I need to go.
We'll see. Yeah.
Anyways, if you enjoyed the episode, oh my god, and you're listening on an app, please give us a 5-star review because it really helps us out. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, comment your thoughts on all of that if you have any other opinions, and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode. And I think we'll see you after testing.
Yeah. I think so.
Subscribe in case there's a surprise episode, but I think that's most likely.
So subscribe anyways.
Just subscribe, please.
Just subscribe, please.
Thanks. Anyways.
Okay, thanks, bye.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.